You know, I was never an advocate of mining, but most recently I'm a sellout. I acquired a miner and I'm sold, like completely sold, that this could be the future for the Internet of Things. And on top of that, it's a good way to earn some passive income while supporting the up and coming 5G network connectivity. So stick around and decide for yourself if this mining could be for you. Hello beautiful people, hope you guys are all doing great. So recently I started mining a cryptocurrency called Helium. If you're not familiar with mining, it's a process of supporting the blockchain network, and in return of supporting the blockchain network, miners like me receive a reward in a native token. So in this case, I receive Helium or HNT for supporting the Helium network. But before we go into the video, I do hope you guys can help me with a small tiny little favor by dropping a like. And if you are new, do subscribe for more content on passive income, cryptocurrencies, and stocks. All the good stuff that people want. So without further ado, let's see how this helium mining thing has been working out for me. So when I received the miner, I did an unboxing, which was kind of a fail because I had a hard time figuring out the settings and how to set it up. But I got some footage that I hopefully can use it for this video as well. No promises. But first things first, we gotta understand what is helium. And we're not talking about the gas that makes your voice
go all squeaky,
but the cryptocurrency. Helium, which goes by the ticker HNT, is a decentralized blockchain power network for the Internet of Things devices. So Helium's mainnet launched in mid-2019 and it allowed low-powered wireless devices to communicate with each other and send data across its network of nodes. So what are nodes, you say? Nodes are traditional terms for computers that process new blocks, verify them, and put them onto the blockchain. But in Helium's term, it's these little devices which are also called hotspots.
That's hot.
These hotspots are a wireless gateway and a miner built into one. And I must say, it's very small for what it can do. So the main goal of Helium is to prepare the IoT communication for the future and to decentralize the current telco network that we have. So essentially, by owning one or running a miner itself, we become like a hotspot where users of the Helium network pay us a small little token for securing the network that they are on. And hence the tagline, the people's network.
But today, the people's elbow! An exclamation point! The people's elbow!
So imagine a future where we can use the Helium network and be anywhere around the world without the need of subscribing to a new data plan, not paying for extra data when we don't consume it, and no need to pay for additional roaming plans when we are traveling for a short holiday. And that is the people's network. So some of you might have questions like, why should I mine helium? Is it even profitable in Singapore with high electricity tariffs? So to answer those questions, I will tabulate my own results throughout this video, and the main purpose is not to psycho or to convince you that it's a great stream of passive income, because the more miners that there are in the same area, the less profitable it will be for the miners as well. However, I do hope this will open up your mind to other opportunities out there that can bring you small streams of income for yourself. So let's look at the cost of purchasing a helium miner. The setup that I have is a rack miner V1.5, which comes with a stock 2.3 dBi antenna. It's very technical and I have no idea what it means as well. So being a kiasu Singaporean, I ordered additional accessories which are not needed, but if you want, you can as well. So what I got extra was a 3 dBi antenna, and if you are a technical expert, please enlighten me on this, but through my own research, the higher the dBi on the antenna, the further the range, but the spread decreases as well. And depending on where you live, some antennas might work better for you and some might not. So because I live on the top floor in my estate, I chose a 3 dBi antenna because I do get a city view and I'm directing my antenna towards that direction. And there is no reason for my antenna to be sending a signal into the sky because the only thing up there is the man in the sky and airplanes. So I also got a LMR 400 5-meter cable because my initial plan was to place my antenna outdoor, but I realized that I do have a shitty rig right now and this setup works fine. So it might have been $50 that I could save, but you know, damage is done. So the whole setup cost me $1,000. The antenna is about $50, the cable was another $50, and the miner itself is about $800 to $900. These are all in Singapore dollars because I'm based in Singapore and might vary depending on where you are in the world. The accessories wise, there are a few group buys that I will leave a link in the description down below where you can check them out as well. So after we counted the cost for the miner and accessories, the next cost to think about is the cost of electricity and internet. And if at Singapore, we do have a couple of providers, but I'm basing my calculation on SP or Singapore Power, which is probably one of the more expensive ones, so the cost might vary for you as well. So the miner runs on a 5-watt power supply, and you can easily calculate the whole cost of leaving it on for the whole year. And if you are worried about what 5-watt costs, it's like leaving your phone to charge every single day for the whole year, and it's definitely cheaper than running a GPU or an ASIC miner which mines Ethereum and Bitcoin. In this case, since we are running the miner for the whole year with no stop, this means that we will have spent 8,760 hours a year. And because we have the power of the internet, we don't have to manually calculate this, we just have to key in the numbers and we'll get the cost straight away. So based on calculation, the miner will use a total of 43.8 kilowatt hour, and with a 25.8 cents per kilowatt hour, this will roughly be $11 a year, which is roughly a McSpicy meal in Singapore or 2 bubble teas. Essentially, what I'm trying to say that is it doesn't break the bank to operate this miner.
It's not that expensive.
So in total, this will cost you $1,011 for running this miner for the whole year. So now it comes to the second part of the equation, which means that the miner has to at least mine $2.76 worth of tokens for me to break even, or $83 a month. And I will break even within a year, and anything else after that will be profit. But so far, I've had my miner for more than a week and I've gotten about 1.8 tokens. And my miner was set up on the 7th of November, and so far it has gotten me 1.8 Helium tokens, which translate to roughly $116 Sing. But this might not sound much at first, and essentially in 10 weeks or roughly 4 months, I should be able to cover the cost of my miner and start earning profits. But then this will start raising a few questions like, how am I earning when no one is using the network? And how can I earn more tokens? And how is the reward calculated? So this part is kind of confusing, but I'll explain it as easily as possible. The Helium blockchain rewards hotspots for providing wireless coverage and verifying the Helium network. So unlike the proof of work where miners rush to solve puzzles, Helium miners provide coverage over a whole network. And at every block, the hotspot performs various actions and therefore are rewarded with tokens. So the first action is called POC Challenger, or the Proof of Coverage Challenger. So what happens here is the miner creates a challenge to the network of miners and submits a receipt to the blockchain. And then we have the POC Challengee. In this case, the challengee will be awarded tokens once it transmits a packet after being targeted by a challenger. This proves that the hotspot is working and in good condition and providing coverage for the network. And because we have a challenger and a challengee, we will need a witness as well. So when the challenge is created by the challenger and the challengee sends it a package, there will be a witness who will witness this activity going on, and by doing so gets rewarded with tokens as well. So as miners, we can earn the following rewards: the POC Challenger, the POC Challengee, and the witness rewards. These three has proved to give the biggest reward so far based on my experience. So these rewards are split as follows per epoch, which has a block reward of 1,736 HNT tokens, and each epoch is about 30 block size, and the block time is 60 seconds. This means that every 30 minutes there will be 1,736 HNT tokens for grabs, or 2.5 million tokens a month as of recording. And the Helium token is halved roughly every 2 years, so this number might change in the future depending on when you watch this video. And thus, I think it would be great if you could on the notification button as well. So as a miner, we do get a chance to get rewards as follows. The POC Challenger gets roughly 0.9% of the block rewards. POC Challenge G gets about 5% of the block rewards. Witness gets about 20% of the block rewards. And because this is a global scale thing, your rewards might differ from mine depending on location, density of miners, and the range that your miners can reach. So the more miners in your area, the lesser chance of you getting a reward. So before you go on to purchase your Helium miner, you can use the Helium coverage map to see how many miners are there in your area, how much they are earning, what are they witnessing, and much more. So like my miner who has done roughly 10 to 15 witnesses and have earned about 1.8 tokens so far. By navigating the map, you can see the various miners as well. And what you want to avoid is the areas with more than 2 miners because it can reduce your earnings. So this brings the question, is mining Helium profitable? So based on my current earnings of 1.8 tokens in roughly 8 to 9 days, this means that I'll receive roughly 6 tokens a month or 400 Sing dollars. And by doing so, I'll cover my miner within the next 2.5 months. So something I noticed is that on certain days I do get more rewards and on certain days I do get less rewards, and there are days where I get no rewards as well. So here's my thoughts on getting this miner. I was always against mining for the mere fact that it consumes a lot of electricity and it becomes real hot and really noisy because of the GPUs running. However, the Helium team changed my mind on that. The miner is small, quiet, and uses very little electricity. Personally, I feel that this is a good way to earn some passive income because I don't have to do much, and unless my miner goes down, then I will have to do some diagnostic or try to troubleshoot it. So if you're looking for a source of passive income, this could be a potential thing to look at. However, you might want to check if your area is already crowded with miners or hotspots, because with more miners, the rewards are reduced as well. And by running a miner like this, it fits my personal goal of having passive income, and this will be added as a small stream of income for me as well. So here are some things that you might want to take note of before purchasing this miner. So I'll be very honest that this is my second miner because the first one is still stuck in transition somewhere around the world, and it has been there since the beginning of 2021. And even if the delivery guy had to walk all the way here, he would probably have reached here by now. So the lack of chips or the lack of stock could be something to consider, but when I purchased my second device, it came within a couple of weeks through a group order on Discord. So if you guys are afraid that it's a rug pull or it's a scam, I'm living proof that I got my device, and the people in the group are very helpful as well, which leads me to my second concern of setting up. So setting up was a challenge for me because I'm not trained in networks and stuff, so I struggled quite a bit, like not a tiny bit, but this big. But here's the benefit of having a community of people where you can get some help when ordering a miner, help on setting it up as well. So I've left links in the description down below where you can find out more about the group and to join and to have a chit chat inside before purchasing a unit for yourself. So this brings us to the end of today's video. Do drop a like for the YouTube algorithm. I'll greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next Monday, Wednesday, and maybe Fridays.